వచ్చిందా?
వచ్చింది మా.
అంటే నువ్వు వెనక్కే కూర్చోవు, మొత్తం ఫేస్ చూపెట్టద్దు.
శాలిని వినిపిస్తుందా?
దినేష్ సార్ మనం చూస్తాం, ముట్టి ముఖం చూపిస్తారు, ఎట్లా చూపిస్తారు గలీజ్ ఉంటుంది.
వస్తుందా సౌండ్?
వస్తుంది. నిన్న మనం లైట్ ఇచ్చినాం కదా
అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఏమైనా టేబుల్ లేదు కదా, మనం కంజెస్టెడ్ ఉంది.
Good evening, Parul ma'am. Good evening, students. Welcome to the NASO preparatory class. We will wait for a few more minutes as some more students are joining. So meanwhile, you can watch the NASO Olympiad video, and if you have any doubts, you can drop your questions in the chat box.
Do you want to secure your child's future in this artificial intelligence era? Do you know that space science and astronomy can potentially generate over 1 million jobs by 2040? Welcome to the National Astronomy and Science Olympiad, India's largest astronomy and space extravaganza. NASA offers a comprehensive curriculum that takes you on an incredible voyage into the fascinating world of space and astronomy. Our curriculum is designed to ignite your curiosity and deepen your understanding of the subject. The Olympiad is conducted in 2 rounds with multiple choice questions in subjects like science, environmental science, and astronomy. But that's not all. NASA Power Up sessions bring you exclusive access to top scientists, astronomers, and academicians from around the world. Immerse yourself in their wisdom and gain insights into cutting-edge research and discoveries. Expand your knowledge, broaden your horizons, and become a true space enthusiast. And guess what? Winners will get exciting prizes, certificates, and medals. Each participant will also be awarded with a participation certificate. So, are you ready to join the League of Young Space Explorers? Enroll in NASO Olympiad today and unlock a universe of possibilities. NASO, inspiring young minds to think beyond the sky.
Very good evening, students. Welcome to the NASO preparatory classes. So myself Kalpana here, and we are from Navarre Edutech. So we came here for this NASO preparatory classes for students of 4th and 5th. So I hope we have the same class students here. So students, I hope the preparation is going on, but you need some guidance for that. We'll be helping you out for this NASO Olympiad, where you can actually have a meet with Parul Kaushal ma'am. She is our content writer, where she is a former science teacher in Kendriya Vidyalaya school, and even she is a co-author of several K-12 science and maths books for various publications. And even she developed Olympiads like the NASO assessment tools and having a total of 15 plus years of teaching experience, where she is the one person who is going to give you the tricks and tactics of the Olympiad. So students, everyone need to have a keen interest into it, because that will be very useful for your exam. So students, start listening Parul ma'am. We welcome you Parul ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kalpana. Good evening, students. I hope you all are doing well. So let me share my screen first. And I hope you all know why we are here. So first, I hope you all are, I hope my screen is visible to all of you. So before saying anything or before explaining anything or discussing anything, I'll just say you all that before going for your Olympiad exam, have confidence in yourself and have faith in yourself, and you you can say you can say to yourself that yes, I can and I will achieve this target, right? So now I'll tell you how you can achieve your target. Clear? So I'll discuss some of the points through which you can get good marks. You can plan your study. How can you prepare for this Olympiad exam, right? So here are some tips. The first tip is a very important tip is your syllabus. Students, you should know which topic or topics are coming and the subtopics under that topic. You should be very much clear about that topics, right? If this topic is coming, suppose if I take an example, if nervous system is coming, so in nervous system, what are the subtopics, right? What are the nerves? What are their functions? From where they originate? What is the nervous system? So each and everything should be clear to you, right? Before attempting the any Olympiad exam. Am I clear? Secondly, I'll just suggest you all that read your book from the first line of the first chapter till the last line of the last chapter, right? And if I'm saying read, that doesn't mean only read. You have to read thoroughly. You know what are you reading. You should know what are you reading. You should know. Achha, this is a topic I have to learn. I have to know about this also, right? You have to learn that. That means read your book thoroughly. Clear? And thirdly, I'll just suggest you all that you should collect extra knowledge also, extra knowledge about that topic. So if the syllabus is clear, what are the topics about the topics and their subtopics are clear, you can collect all the information and read. I mean, thoroughly reading is important and concept should be clear, right? Next is proper time management. Student, you know that your Olympiad exam is for how many minutes? Is for 60 minutes, right? For 1 hour. And how many questions you have to attempt? They are 50 questions. That means you have more than a minute for a question. Clear? So if you have more than a minute for a question, it means you can give. But what I'll suggest is that attempt those questions first which are easier to you. If you think that this question is very easy for me, I'll do in a minute. I don't think so. You will take a minute. It will be done in half a minute, right? So I'll just suggest complete those questions or do those questions first which are easier to you, and then go to the difficult one, right? The time will be left a very good time will be left with you for attempting difficult questions. Clear? So have a proper time management for attempting the Olympiad exam. Clear? Next, this is a very important tip. That means concept. If your concept is not clear, you can't be able to attempt any question. Actually, this is an Olympiad question, not your school examination, right? So they will not ask you direct question. So you can only attempt those questions correctly if you know the concept, the basic thing under that topic, right? So I'll request that the concept of your topic should be very clear, right? Secondly, if your concepts are clear, you will be able to attempt your HOTS question as well. What is HOTS? HOTS is higher order thinking question. Higher order thinking question means that they are only lots only. What are lots? Lower order thinking questions. Just twist and turn to the lots, it becomes HOTS, right? So you can attempt your HOTS question only if the concept is clear. So I'll just suggest, one more thing I'll suggest, that don't cram the topic. Just learn the topic. You can take an example for that topic. You can take the examples, or you can take a live experiment. Like, yes, this experiment is related with this topic, so you can learn that, right? Whenever you are reading your book, in your book you might be having blue boxes, yellow boxes, and the what you say and the experiments in your book, right? So I'll just request, read all the experiments carefully and just read the experiment very well, and have you should be clear about the experiment, about their apparatus, about the result, about the observations. Everything should be clear to you. Clear? Everything should be clear, so that you can get, you can solve any question. So if you know, if this is an experiment about this topic, if you know the experiment, you will crack that question, right? So I'll request concept should be very much clear to you all, right? Next is don't panic. This is the very important tip, that don't panic. Whenever you are attempting your questionnaire, I'll just request ki don't panic, just have confidence in yourself, and just say to yourself, yes, I will and I can do that, right? If you get panic after reading your Olympiad question, I think you will definitely lose your marks, right? So don't panic, just go and nail it, right? But without panic, have confidence in yourself. Next, it is also very, very, very important tip, that practice. Just practice whatever you are studying, but also the syllabus one. So whatever you are reading, whatever you are studying about the topic, just make a habit, have 50 questions from that, use an alarm for 1 hour, put an alarm for 1 hour, and just do that questions. So see how many questions you are attempting in 1 hour. Is there any time left with you, or is any questions, number of questions, what are the number of questions left? So just practice and practice and practice, right? So I think these are some tips through which you can achieve a better marks in your Olympiad, right? So now the question might occur in your mind, that what are the different types of question might be asked in the Olympiad, right? So here I am to clear that also. So here are some different techniques. Here are some different techniques. I'm not telling you the total techniques, but yes, here are some types of techniques which might be asked in your Olympiad exam. So the first one is cloze test type question. What do you mean by cloze type question? Cloze test type means questions is a paragraph based question, and in a paragraph some blanks must be given to you and you have to answer about accordingly. Suppose this is the question, and the question is, inside the seed coat you will see the seed leaves or dash. Seed leaves or dash, and they contain the stored food which is used by the growing seedlings, right? So that means here, which topic should be clear to you? The plant, the tree, and the all parts of the trees or plants, right? If you know what is fruit, what is seed, what are leaves, what are stems, what are roots, you can answer this question correctly, right? So inside the seed coat, you will see the seed leaves or dash. They contain the stored food which is used for growing seedling. So here are the options. So what are these? They are known as cotyledon, right? So now you get the answer. The answer might be C, or answer might be D, because in A and B, they are embryos, right? Some seeds have dash cotyledons. That is why such seeds are called dash. So if seeds have two cotyledons, they are known as dicotyledon, right? So dicotyledon, what is dicotyledon? So now the answer is a dicotyledon. And what is the, if you know the examples of dicotyledon and monocotyledon, you can answer this question correctly, right? Am I clear? So now I think you can understand what I was talking about, the concept. The concept is clear. If you know what is seed, what is leaves, what is fruit, then you can answer. What are cotyledons? Then you can answer this question correctly. So I'll again say the concept should be clear and you can give the correct answer. You can choose the correct answer, right? Second type is picture-based question. Picture-based question means some picture might be given to you and they have asked you anything about that picture. For example, this is a picture, right? And this process is known as, now here, I think everyone can answer this question. This is a rainwater harvesting. Rain is coming and they are collecting that water in a tank. So this is known as rainwater harvesting, right? So any picture can be given to you and any question according to that, related to that, can be asked. Clear? The third is statement type questions. Two statements might be given to you and they may ask whether the statement is correct or incorrect or anything regarding those sentences. For example, if I take an example, the assertion and reasons are given. Iron reacts with moisture and oxygen. You should know what is iron. You should know what is rusting, how iron gets rust, how iron gets corrode. So if you know these topics, if you know the concept behind the corrosion, you will answer this question correctly. So yes, iron reacts with moisture and oxygen, and what it becomes rust, right? Because of moisture and oxygen, iron gets rust or corrode. So is this a reason correct? Coating iron articles with paint enhances quality. Coating iron articles with paint enhances quality. Why? Because it prevents iron from rusting. Am I clear? So if it prevents from rusting, but I don't think so, and the options are here, the options, both assertion and reason are true, and the reason is a correct explanation of assertion. So do you think that this reason is a correct explanation for assertion? These both A and R are true, but R is not a correct explanation. So both the sentences are correct. Yes, iron reacts with moisture and oxygen to become rust, and coating iron articles with paint enhances quality. It prevents rust. It prevents iron from rusting. So yes, both the sentences are clear, but reason is not a correct explanation of assertion. The answer is B. So these types of questions might be asked to you. Clear? Next type is TFFT type of question. Means true, false, false, true types of question. Means questions might be given to you and sentences might be given to you and they have asked you whether the statement is true or whether the statement is false. So the first sentence is wash your hands with soap and water before giving the first aid. Is this a correct statement or not? Yes, this is a correct statement. That means first sentence is correct. First sentence is true. Second, give the person plenty of water to drink. Is it a correct statement? Should we give a plenty of water to drink to a person who is unconscious? How can he drink the water? So that means this statement is not correct. He can use ice or tincture of iodine to stop bleeding from the deep cut. No. Icing is used for swelling, not for deep cut, not for stop bleeding from a deep cut, right? So this statement is also not correct. Massage the body a little. Yes, if we get some sprain or something, we can massage, we can give a first aid by massaging that part of the body which might get sprained, right? So what will be the answer for this? The answer for this will be first statement is correct, second statement is false, third statement is false, and last statement is correct, right? So the answer is answer number A. Clear? Next is match the following. So match the following. These are two options. These are two columns might be given to you, and you have to choose the correct option for them. Now, in column 1, protect the spinal cord. What is the thing which protect our spinal cord? That is backbone. Again, I'll say, if you have that concept, if this you know about the spinal cord, you know about the bones, you know about the muscles, you know about the structure of the body, you can answer this question very correctly, right? That is why I am saying again and again that your concepts should be clear. You should know the topic very, very, very well, right? Then only you can answer these questions. To protect the spinal cord, all of you know it's a backbone, right? Attach the arm to our body is shoulder blade. Strongest and longest bone is our thigh bone. Streamlined body is of birds, and slithering movement is of snake. So you can choose the correct answer. One more thing I'll say, in match the following, the options are very much confusing, right? So choose the option with very concentration, because you have to choose that option. If first is B or first is C or first is D, so just choose that option correctly and then bubble in your OMR sheet. Clear? So do the question, but you have a minute for a question. Remember, you have more than a minute for a question. So have patience, choose the correct option, and then bubble the OMR sheet, right? Next is crossword based question. So crossword based question are the questions. These for example, this you have questions for across and down. So the nerves that carry messages from sense organ to brain, they are known as, these are the type of neurons, these are the type of nerves which you should know. So this is a sensory neuron, right? So sensory neuron or sensory nerve carry messages from sense organ to body, to the brain, sorry. Next, the nerves that link the sense organ, they are known as mixed nerve, right? So if you know, then again I'll say the same thing. If you have the clear concept about nerves, about brain, you can answer this question very correctly and within I don't think so. If you know the concept, you will not take more than 30 seconds to attempt this question, right? So again and again, I'll say the concept should be clear so that you can attempt the answer correctly, right? So the options here are the options. So, and the nerves, you are, so sensory and sensory nerve are the nerves that carry messages from the sense organ to the brain. Mixed, the nerves that link the sense organ. Nerves that connected muscles and glands are motor, and the action which we take instantaneously without using our brain is reflex action, right? So our answer for this question is option A, right? This is again a picture-based question. You should know. I think now you can correlate my thing, that what I was saying before, that this is a plant. You should know what is A. A is flower. What is B? B is fruits. What is C? C is leaves. What is D? D is stem. And what is E? E is roots, right? So with this, you should know and the question which might be asked regarding this picture is anything. They can ask anything about this picture, right? For example, different parts of the plant are considered edible and serves as a source of variety of foods. Referring to the given label figure of the plant, identify the option that correctly matches, right? So here are the options. B is brinjal, E is lettuce, B is a fruit, but lettuce is a leaves, not roots. So option A is wrong. C is spinach. Yes, correct. We eat leaves of the spinach plant. A is turmeric. Turmeric is not fruit. Turmeric is stem. C, broccoli or sugarcane. Broccoli is a flower and sugarcane is a stem. So that means our option is C, right? So this is the answer for this question. So anything can be asked about regarding the picture which has been given to you, right? So again, if you know the topic, if you know the concept, you can answer this question in not more than 30 seconds. Just remember that you will not answer this question within, you will not take more than 30 seconds if you know the concept. So by this, you can utilize, or by this, you can have more time for the questions which are tough, which are difficult for you, right? So next, experiment-based question. As I told you, there are many experiments given in your book. So in that experiment, you have to learn, have to read what is the experiment about, what are the operators used, what are the result of that experiment, what are the observations of this experiment, and what is the procedure of this experiment. If you don't know these questions, if you don't read this type of question, you will not be able to answer this, right? So I just request, read each and every line of your book, each and every box of your book, each and every experiment of your book, right? So here this experiment, Sonali was trying to fill an empty water bottle from the bucket filled with water. She put the bottle upside down and dip its open mouth into the bucket, but she found no water is coming into the bottle. So she tilted the bottle slightly and observed water is flowing in the bottle. Which observation is correct for this, right? Now, they have asked the observation of this experiment. So these are some observations. Oxygen gets dissolved in water and nitrogen gas comes out. Area for filling water is increased. Bubbles of air came out from the bottle, and carbon dioxide gas. Carbon dioxide gas filling in the bottle, right? So, if you know that this experiment, when she tilted the bottle in the water, the bubbles come out. So what is this bubbles? This is because of air present in the bottle, right? So this answer for this question, the answer is B. Bubbles of air came out from the bottle because a bottle is empty. Empty means bottle contains air, and that air comes out in the form of bubbles. So that again and again, I repeat myself, concept, experiment, everything you should know, right? Next question. Next question is chronological order, concept order, sequence type questions, right? So if I just a second. So some sentences might be given to you and you have to arrange them in a chronological order, in a 1, 2, 3 order, right? So this is the purification of water. 3 steps are given: sedimentation, chlorination, filtration, right? The first step for, if we have to pure water, what is the first step? First step is, what is the first step? It is sedimentation. We have to sediment that water. The impurities will settle down, right? So first step is sedimentation. Second step is filtration. We have to filter that water. And third one is chlorination. So this is the correct chronological order for the purification of water. And the answer is C, 1, 3, and 2, right? Sedimentation, filtration, and chlorination, right? So this is this type of question. Next is Venn diagram. Some Venn diagram might be given to you, and they have asked you according to the question. So this is a Venn diagram, and they have asked what is X and what is Y, right? Sorry. That means X includes all the three: woodland, mountain, and natural and terrestrial land habitat, right? So X should have all the habitats, including all the three habitats should be there in X, and in Y there should be two habitats, that is woodland and that. So for this, the answer, what is the answer? Answer is X, fox, and Y, deer, right? So I think till now, you might be understood that what type of questions and what are the different techniques might be asked in your exam, and how you have to study or how you have to plan your study for this Olympiad exam. The main, again I'll repeat, the main thing is your syllabus and your concept. If these two things are clear, then you can achieve anything, any goal in your life, in this Olympiad exam, anything. Just know which topics, what are the subtopics of that topic, how to clear your concept. Don't cram anything. I just say again, don't cram anything. Just learn the things. Just learn from the environment. Just have an experiment. Just learn. Try to learn. Don't cram anything. Try to understand things, right? So I hope all these things, all the tips might help you in achieving better and better in your exam. So thank you so much, and all the best for your Olympiad exam. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am, Kalpana ma'am.
Thank you so much, Parul ma'am, for that informative and inspiring session. And I'm sure our students are now feeling more confident and ready to take on the NASO exam. So students, you need to understand about the OMR rules and regulations also. So let me share you the screen. So I hope my screen is visible to everyone. So students, before starting, always read the instructions on the OMR sheet. It will help you how to mark your answers. So first, for filling OMR sheet, you need to use only black or blue ballpoint pen. And this sheet should not be folded or crossed, and the circles should be darkened completely and properly. And students, cutting and erasing on this sheet is not allowed. So students, don't just put tick mark or half shade. Make sure that it's darkened completely. So students, you will see a section on the top of the OMR sheet to fill in your name, and here you can see the candidate name where you need to write it using capital letters and so on. Write one letter in each box neatly, and after writing your name you will see little circles here under each letter. So these circles have letters inside them, just like the one in your name. So look at the first letter of your name. Suppose if your name is Swapna, then just write down here S and find the same alphabet bubble on the capital S completely. So same letters in the circle below and fill it in the bubble that matches then to the same for the second ones of your name, and so on. You need to continue. So here students, make sure to fill the bubbles neatly and completely. So next here you can see the father's name box here, where you need to mention your father's name and write it in capital letters. Coming to the next school name, where you need to write your complete school name, and next we have email ID, where you need to mention your mail ID, and suppose if you don't have your mail ID, you can even mention your parents' mail ID. Next comes city you belong to. So if you are from Hyderabad, mention Hyderabad in capital letters. Next comes, we have grade here, students. So you need to mark the grade you belong to. Like if you are from grade 3, bubble on grade 3, and if you are from grade 4, bubble on grade 4. Next comes, we have the gender, where you need to mark your gender. Coming to next, the roll number. So roll number is nothing but a student ID, and you can find it on your admit card, students. So it is very important to write your student ID number correctly. And suppose if you are not sure like what your roll number, then you can just check with your concerned teacher and accordingly fill in the bubbles for each number below. Let's move on to the next section, mobile number. So here you need to mention your mobile number, write each number in each box, and accordingly you need to bubble on the particular number given below. Next we have school code, where you need to mention, actually the school code is a unique number given to your school for the NASO Olympiad. So you will find the school code printed on your admit card, and if you're not sure about the school code, you can just check with your concerned teachers. So students, now let's move on to the answer sheet, where you need to mark your answers here. So this is a place where you answer your questions. So you will have 50 multiple choice questions, and for every question there will be 4 options like A, B, C, D. So once you find the answer, you need to bubble on the particular alphabet and make sure the circle is fully shaded, and please ensure that the circle is fully darkened, not just ticked or half filled. So only one circle should be filled for each question. So moving on to the next question, repeat the same process for every question on the OMR sheet. So students, before finishing, just review all your answers to ensure that they are correct and neatly marked. And finally, sign in the candidate signature box. So this candidate signature is important to confirm your identity. And in the invigilator section box, you ask your invigilator to sign in the invigilation section, as this is important for verifying the sheet. So students, I hope everyone are clear with this instructions, and thank you for attending the NASO preparatory session, and all the very best for your exam, students.